person that sent me this story called it Unexplained Dream and Possible Alien Encounter. By the way, if you have a story that you'd like to share with our glitch community about glitches in the Matrix, dreams, aliens, cryptids, or the paranormal, you can send it to this email address. And remember, we believe you. When I was about 5 years old, we lived in a 2-story house, and my bedroom was in the bottom left corner, so it had 2 windows. One faced the driveway and the other faced the backyard. Now, the bottom window facing the backyard was about level with the trash can underneath it. One day, I was playing in my room, minding my own business, and my mom was on the other side of the house doing dishes. As I was playing, I saw something outside of the backyard window, so I went over for a closer look. When I looked out, there was a little blue man sitting on top of the trash can facing the backyard. It was maybe about half of my height and kind of stocky and had a pointed hat on. As I'm staring at the back of him, he knew I was watching and he turned his head slowly to look at me. As it did, it broke into a big, creepy smile with lots of sharp pointed teeth and big eyes. I stared at it for a second in shock at what I was looking at, and then reality kicked in and I started screaming for my mom and ran out of the room. I've always hated screaming, so it took a lot to build up the gusto to get it out. When I got to my mom on the other side of the house, I told her that there was a little blue man sitting outside my window. She came running into my room to inspect, but he was gone. My mom chalked it up to my imagination and that it had probably just imagined a Smurf. I had no interest in Smurfs and hadn't ever watched anything with Smurfs and just seen pictures of them. Years later, I was reminiscing to my mom about the little blue man, and she tells me that when my sister was a teenager, she had also seen a little blue man in the backyard. My sister doesn't remember it, and my mom can only recall that she saw one and no other details. I asked why she didn't tell me before, and she said because she didn't want to freak me out. In 2021, I went to Nevada and did all the alien things, and I stopped at a gift shop and I found a book cataloging all the different types of aliens people had reported seeing. One of them was a short blue alien called the Jowlen. Jowlen. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Also, when I was younger, I had a lot of deja vu and would dream about things that would eventually happen. One night, I dreamt of standing on the front porch at night, staring at a stream of fire across the sky, and I knew that it was something crashing. The next day, I woke up and I was watching the local news, and they reported that a shuttle launched from the Wallops Island had exploded. When they showed the footage, it was the exact same pattern in the sky from my dream. Later in adulthood, I had a dream about a girl that I went to high school with. Now, mind you, I had probably only spoken to this girl 3 times in person, but now we were acquaintances on Facebook, and she had a daughter maybe 1 to 3 years ago from this time. I dreamt that I was over at her house cleaning with her husband and took care of the baby so that she could rest. And it felt so real and deep, I knew when I had dreams like this, I had to reach out to the person. So the next day, I sent her a message on Facebook and I recounted what had happened in my dream. She was pagan and believed what I told her. She said she was feeling heavy and stressed, but around that time about the baby and cleaning the house, and she started to randomly feel relieved and believes it was me in my dream helping her clean up her negative feelings. How cute! Okay, so this was actually a couple of separate stories. I didn't realize that until after. That's actually really cool about the dream thing. Have you had any other dreams like that before? But hold on, because getting back to the first thing, when you were originally describing this little blue man, I was immediately thinking it was a gnome or some sort of fae. I thought it was like a member of the fae. I was very sure about that. I was like, this is definitely the fae. But then for you to say that you saw that there was like a short blue alien race called the am I saying it right? Is it Jowlen or Jowlen? Jowlen. But hold on, because they sent some pictures. Okay, so this is the book they're talking about, The Extraterrestrial Species Almanac, the ultimate guide to greys, reptilians, hybrids, and Nordics. And then this is a page with the Jowlen. So look, there's a picture right here. Also, it looks like it has like a hooded cloak on, which is interesting. Universal origin. The Jowlen came from the Eridanus constellation, the 6th longest constellation in the sky. Physical characteristics. The Jowlen's short, stubby body is anywhere from 2 to 4 feet. They waddle when they walk, yet are nimble. So I'm trying to read it because it's like, with wrinkled flesh and overlapping folds of skin, their pigmentation ranges from dark blue to cobalt blue, white, or tan. They have 4 stubby fingers and a thumb with matching numbered toes. Hooded cloaks are their primary attire. Their human eyes are pale blue, brown, or black. The Jowlen believe that the cosmic law of one, they are wise sages. They're members of the Galactarian alignment observed in abduction scenarios and in benevolent visitations. These beings are seen as medical and or spiritual doctors. They assist in genetic missions of other extraterrestrials. When starseeds' mental faculties and belief systems elevate, their frame of mind fights these new spiritual universal ideas. The Jalan have been known to assist in bringing them back to a healthy equilibrium. They're able to move around easily by wearing a levitation device. They also employ various handheld healing tools. They're fully conscious, sovereign, and telepathic beings. They're multidimensional due to the electromagnetic energy enhancements and programmed into their auras. They can tune their frequency to become invisible and walk through walls. Well, I don't know about you, but I learned something new today because I had never in my life even heard of that species of aliens. And how freaking cool that you saw one and your sister. I wonder what that means that they were visiting you there. This was such a cool story though. Thank you so much for sharing.